heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. Now, in the last part, Deku, he had a bit of a chat. He chatted with, well, T'Challa, and he also talked to Xavier before he took the man's life. Now, T'Challa, he was skeptical. He was worried. Deku came back to Earth murdering superheroes with the intent to kill, the intent for revenge. While he may not have voted and he walked away from the situation, he doesn't know if Deku knows that. Deku talked to Black Panther, and right now, T'Challa, he was surprised. Deku's rage is focused. His rage is just that. It's numb. Deku came back here so mad, he's calm. The maddest the Hulk has ever been. And right now, T'Challa, he spoke to Deku. He also spoke to Xavier, and found out something strange. Xavier tried to antagonize Deku, and Deku doesn't know if it's true or not, but Xavier said the simple words, Deku's children are all mutants, and they might have his powers. Now, obviously Deku was annoyed hearing this, and then Xavier, he did something very stupid. He knew that Deku was going to kill him, so he wanted to get it over with. He didn't want to draw it out. He didn't want to die a slow, painful death. And he forced Deku's hand. Now, with that being said, currently there is Doctor Strange. He is the only one Deku has unaccounted for. And many of the Earth's heroes, they're getting desperate. People are pleading for the Sentry to get involved. And the Sentry, he's not too sure what to do. I mean, the Void actually came out during Civil War. They were able to stop him, but even then, him losing control like that, him feeling that way, it terrified him. He has thought he would lose control on multiple other occasions, but the one time he truly did, and it was stopped. But is that good? If he goes out there again, will it be like last time? He's heard the void in his head. He's heard this thing call out to him, scream at him to be released. And right now, he's just waiting. Maybe everybody else can handle it. I mean, maybe things will work out. Now, currently we do have aboard the Hulk's ship, where Deku, or Hulk, does stand there directly in front of Reed Richards and Black Bolt. The two, they are in chains, and Black Bolt does have something covering his mouth. And Deku does walk forwards, telling Reed very simply, tell him why he did it. Izuku, we didn't do it. Liar. Izuku, we didn't sabotage your ship. You are a liar. Izuku, please. Listen, we don't know anything about this. Now, they're going to shout at him. Him and Tony Stark worked to build it. Tony Stark is currently dead. He looked into Tony's mind. No one, not even him, had blueprints. He looked. Reed designed it. He wants to know, why did he make it blow up? Now, Reed does try to tell Deku. He doesn't understand the question. And Deku does continue, shouting at him about the faultiness of the ship. And right now Reed, he does try to at least convince Deku. Deku says the ship was placed somewhere else. It was damaged, right? Maybe the core was damaged on Shakar. I mean, the thing can take a beating, but from what he's described, the elements of the planet, they're, well, they're messy. And it's a savage world, right? Now, Deku does stand there, and he does tell Reed. He checked the core after he brought it in. Izuku, he worked on it. He made sure it was stable. There's no way the core was unstable. And right now Reed is trying to tell Deku, that is not possible. What is it? The core shouldn't have blown up. You're still lying to me, Richards. Do I need to go after Susan? Don't touch her. Now, Deku does turn to Black Bolts, him telepathically informing him that he wants to know. Was he involved with this? Did he have something to do? Was there a bomb on the ship? Now, Black Bolts, he does stare at Deku. And right now Deku does reach into his mind, and Black Bolt is trying to inform Deku that there is nothing like that. It was just a ship. Now, right now Deku, he's having a hard time believing all that. He wants them to confess. He knows they did it. Now, right now Hulk is going to walk out of the room. And as he does so, he does teleport down to an arena. Now, right now the Hulk, he does stand there. And right now he does go to Rookie turn and stare at the agents of Smash. And many of them, they do watch as Deku, he does step forwards, informing all of them. They want to join the Warbound. They wish to be a part of his team. They have to prove themselves, and in order to do that, they will battle. Now, the agents of Smash, they all do stare at each other. And right now, they're a bit concerned. I mean, they're actually going to have to face the Hulk. And what that does mean, it's not good. Now, Jen is going to step forwards, informing her cousin. Why do they have to fight? And Deku does tell her it is Sakar tradition. Warbounds are forged in battle. And right now this battle will show them exactly where they stand. Now, a lot of people, they're currently watching. They've been allowed to come back into New York, as long as they follow the rules. Now, Hulk, he is actually trying to do good. People have noticed that crime, it spiked whenever Hulk returned. But the moment he started telling people to stop, and that he would start hunting, many left. I mean, yeah. Hulk has been trying to bring justice. And the heroes who've run around like vigilantes for years, they're finally seeing the repercussions of their own actions. Now, Deku does go to start announcing loudly to everybody. This is the arena. This is the arena that many people will watch them fight in. He will pass justice on the heroes. And many who want to join his arms, join him in battle, they will fight. This is a challenge, and he is issuing it here and today. Any heroes who stand with him come to this arena. Those who stand against him get in the arena. Now, many people, they do hear this. And right now there actually is Doctor Strange and the Sentry. The Sentry, he's waiting. He's worried. And right now, there's a lot on his mind. Now, there are many other heroes who are watching. And right now, Hulk is going to turn and issue the challenge to the Agents of Smash, and informing all of them to fight him. Now, there actually is Jennifer Walters, who she actually is staying there in armor, similar to her own cousin's. However, she does have a shield on her left arm covering the metallic bracer. And right now she actually has hold of a weapon. Sakara metal is strong. She can actually feel the weight of this thing. And, well, swinging it around. It's a little neat. Now, the agents of Smash do stand there. And right now there actually is the Red She-Hulk, who does get a rush forwards, shouting at the Hulk that she's been waiting to do this for years. Now, Red, she does rush forwards. And right now she does go leaping directly at Deku. Her smashing down a battle axe, attempting to try and take off the Hulk's head. And right now the Hulk does directly bring up his weapon, and the weapons do clash. And many people do hear it. Sparks flying off the blade, as right now Hulk does directly bring his left hand up. Him directly going to punch out towards her, as she does directly bring her left arm up with a shield. Hulk smashing into it, sending her flying backwards. And right now there actually is A-Bomb. A-Bomb does rush forwards. And so does Maestro. Now, Abomination and Maestro do stand there. As the two, they looked at each other and went in. Now, A-Bomb, the moment he rushed forwards, he immediately went invisible. And right now Deku did get a look directly towards his uncle and his grandfather. As the two, they went rushing for him, and A-Bomb, he tried to wait. Now, Maestro, he does come rushing forwards with a blade. Him directly going to clash into Hulk's weapon and talk to his grandson, informing him about what he thinks he does intend to do. And right now there actually is Abomination, who does come rushing forwards. Him trying to stab Hulk on the side with a bone spike. And right now the two, they're surprised. The bone spike hits into the Hulk. However, it slides across his skin like it's nothing. And Hulk does go to bring his left foot up, smashing into his uncle's arm. Him going to grab at his shoulder and his bicep and throw him up behind him. Now, he actually does look back at his grandpa. Him smashing his head out forwards into his grandpa's nose. Maestro actually, surprised, reeling backwards. As Red does come in and Deku, he does go to bring his hand up. Him grabbing the blade of the axe and catching it with his fist. Him directly going to turn and with his left fist smashing directly into her again. Now, she's going reeling backwards. As Jen this time, she's come rushing in. Her getting ready, as right now behind Deku, A-Bomb, he does come smashing right in. Him directly running towards Deku and turning into a ball, smashing at Deku's back, as right now Deku, he barely moves. Him looking forwards, as he does look at Red She-Hulk on the ground to his right, Maestro right there in front of him a little to his left, Jen charging him directly forwards, and his uncle, he's behind him too. However, after being smashed in the back, there actually is where Deku, he does look directly at his cousin. A-Bomb trying to bring his hands up to try and put the Hulk into a full Nelson. And She-Hulk does rush forwards, directly bring up her weapon and slashing it down into Deku. Now, the weapon does make contact with the Hulk's body. Hulk actually going to get slashed across the chest. And Jen is watched, surprised by the weapon. And now Deku is going to directly stare at his cousin. And Jen is trying to tell Deku, does he really think that he can take on all of them? Now, Jen, she's a little cocky right now. They have numbers, but Deku has power. And Deku, he does stare at her. As right now, whenever Abomination is come rushing forwards and grabbing directly onto Deku's left arm, he actually attempts to try and restrain it to break it. Now, Red does come rushing forwards directly towards Deku. Around Deku, he does one simple thing. Whenever the Red She-Hulk does go to directly bring her battle axe up and over her head again, she does watch as Deku simply does go to bring up his arm and turn. Her smashing down to Abomination's shoulder and going to pull the axe backwards as A-Bomb does go to scream. Deku going to turn his left arm and grab towards Abomination's left arm. Him going to smash and spin him directly around towards her. Her being hit by him as they do get sent flying to the ground. Now, A-Bomb is right now currently clutching his wound as Deku does look towards Red, informing her. She really is getting sloppy. Now, she does get angry, and right now, her eyes, they do feel flames. And Deku, he does tell her, she does need to focus. I am focused. I'm going to kill you. Now, she does come rushing forwards. And right now, so does Jen. Jen and Red, they do come rushing in. And right now, Deku, he shows exactly how big the gap has gotten. Right now, Jen, she's strong. He can tell. And then there's actually Red. Red, she's trying to treat this a bit more with tactics. Her rage isn't all rage. He can tell that. Him going to step out of the way of the battle axe, as he does Godoki feel a punch get knocked across his face. Him looking back at Jen and telling her, as he does Godoki bring his hand up and grab onto the two. Him picking both of them up before smashing them together and then going to throw both of them back towards the ground. And the two, after they do hit into the ground, Jen is going to comment, he's holding back. Her going to sit up. And Red is going to ask, how can she tell? Trust me, I can. Besides, minimal movements. His muscles aren't, well, you know. I noticed it, but I thought it was just him trying to be precise. No, he's not. So he's not using precision strikes? No. No. Deku does tell her. It's quite simple. He's holding back. Come on. If they really want to see what he can do, all of them need to fight. Now, right now, Jen and Red do go rushing forwards, as A-Bomb does get sent flying past Rookie over them. And right now the Hulk just stand there, bringing his hands up. Him catching A-Bomb and going to Rookie toss him back towards Maestro. And Maestro, yeah. Right now he's providing a distraction, as he is going to try and catch A-Bomb before going to bring him back over his head and toss him back again. And right now, Red and Jen do go rushing to the right and to the left respectively, them moving around to encircle the Hulk. As right now Hulk, he's looking around. And right now after, well, A-Bomb does get turned invisible, he's hit Rookie in the face. He got distracted a bit. Okay, but where is he? Now, Hulk does Rookie feel somebody grab around him, them bring a knife up and stabbing it down into his shoulder. And now Deku, he does Rookie turn and see Abomination. As right now, their actions were Hulk, he is struck across both sides of his face. Now, Deku, he saw Red, and right now Red does Rookie to bring up a weapon and try to stab it downwards into the Hulk's gut. Hulk going to Rookie stare down at that before looking back up at her. And right now Abomination, he does go to back away, as the wound he does have currently on his chest, it's bleeding. And right now Hulk does go to bend down his hand and grab onto the blade, him pulling it directly out from his entire body and bring it back up, flipping it and telling Jen. She really doesn't understand how far her powers can be pushed, does she? What? For example, Deku dropping the blade and cocking back his hand and punching her as hard as he can. Now, Jen is sent flying backwards, her smashing to the ground as she does lay there. And right now there actually is Maestro, who does go rushing over and bending down. Jen, are you alright? God help us. Her trying to stand back up. However, her body, it's shaking. And John is going to turn back towards Deku, him rushing forwards. Deku might have gone too far with that. And right now there actually is Deku, who does go to bring his hand up and grab onto the Red She-Hulk's throat, picking her up before telling her. She talks about wanting to murder him, but she's never given him a reason. Why? Now, she does go to cock back her hand and bring down the axe, Hulk letting it smash into his shoulder, as right now it does barely bury in, and his wound starts to bleed. Now, Hulk, he does flex his arm, as right now there actually is whenever the blade, it's broken. And right now Hulk does Godorki bring his hand up and smash her down into the ground. As right now after Red, she does lay there for a second, Hulk Dorky is going to bring back his fist and tell her. He is going to make this simple. She can't win. She won't win. She's tried violence. Try talking. Him smashing down with his right foot. And right now John is go rushing forwards, telling Deku. Him, Dorky smashing into Deku and punching him across the face over and over. Fucking stop. Now, Deku does go to Dorky bring up his hands. Him grabbing onto his grandfather's and forcing him down to his knees. And Deku does tell the man. He'll stop once he deems it so. 2 down. Where is A-Bomb? A-Bomb actually rushing back forwards. Now, A-Bomb, he does stand there. As right now he does hold onto a weapon, and he actually does tell Deku. Face him. Now, Deku looks directly at his grandfather, and he does tell him. He knows that they're very alike, but his rage is infinite. His strength is infinite. There's a limit to his. Deku let go of his grandfather's hands and smash him across the face. Now, Maestro sent flying into the ground, and right now Deku does look Dorky towards A-Bomb. As Abomination, his wound is healing, but right now he's trying to make a plan. Him looking around. And right now Deku does look Dorky at A-Bomb, telling him they are going to be warbound. Is he going to make this easy and submit, or will he quite simply try to fight? Now, Jin just lay there, looking towards A-Bomb, telling him that it's no use. Don't take the hit. Now, right now A-Bomb just stand there and step forwards. Him rushing directly at Deku, as Deku does Godorki bring his sword up and smash into A-Bomb's. As A-Bomb does tell him, the crowd roaring in the background, that there's still time to stop. And Deku shakes his head no. Now, A-Bomb does stand there as Deku does Godorki to pull back his hand and smash him into the gut. Him grabbing him by his head and burying his head directly into Deku's knee. Now, Deku does pull back. Him going to bring his hand up and slash A-Bomb across the arm. And A-Bomb, after reaching down and grabbing his wound, he does tell Deku that he yields. Now, Deku does tell A-Bomb. He made a smart decision. His wound will heal in seconds, though. So, really, he could have kept fighting. No. A-Bomb does Dorky turn, looking towards Abomination. An Abomination? Yeah. Alex, he's underestimated his nephew for years. There was a time where they were on the same playing field, but that time has long passed. He is getting too old for this shit. Now, right now Deku, he does look back towards his uncle. The man going to, somewhat, bend down and tell him. He won't fight. Now, the crowd, they do something to boo this. The fight's over. And right now Deku is going to inform everybody. Right now, they are warbound. They have made a pact in combat and have faced him as warriors. While 2 of them may have yielded, that does not mean much. Warriors, they fight. And they don't just fight with their, well, bodies. They fight with their minds. Now, as Deku is saying those words, there actually is a loud, booming voice. And Deku, he does look up. As Doctor Strange just float down. And Deku, he sees the Sorcerer Supreme, telling him. So he finally showed up. Now, right now Hulks, they all do sit there. And Doctor Strange just look around. 3 injured, 1 unconscious, and 2 who they aren't planning to fight him anymore. Deku, he's a monster. Now, strangers tell him he's here to face him. Sorcerer, you wish to try and use magic on me? I do. But I do wish for you to yield. I'm too powerful for you. Really? What makes you say that? Now, strangers tell Deku, as he's encompassed by a powerful glow. Deku has power. Strange stepping forwards. And right now, he's larger than the Hulk. Strange telling him, he has magic. If he wants power, he'll learn. He'll make deals. And right now, this deal, it cost him quite a bit. So face him. Now, Deku does rush forwards. And around Doctor Strange, him and Deku, they do get a clash. And right now, the Avengers, the ones that do remain, they're watching. Some have come to the arena. Some have come to the side of the Hulk. And right now, others, they're here to try and fight. But what they're currently witnessing, this strange Hulk, I guess? I mean, he's facing off against Deku. And right now, Deku, he's winning. I mean, Doctor Strange, his power, he's getting sloppy. The longer the fight goes on, the longer their clash goes on. I mean, it's not good. And Doctor Strange, he's made a bit of a mistake here. His body can only handle 2% of the power he has taken without being completely destroyed, without there being consequences. However, there will be consequences, because he's not using 2% of that power. He's using 3. Now, Strange knew it might cost him his life, but right now, that timer, it's running down. And right now, Hulk, he's punched as hard as Strange can. Strange feeling the rage. And now Deku, he's smashing upwards into the crowd. Now, the area he's in does start to break apart. And Strange, he does bring his hands up. No! Now, Strange, he realizes what he just did. People were just injured. And right now Deku, he does get to bring up his hand. Him going to bring his hand up and stop the falling ceiling. As he does look back towards Strange. Talking about how he's the monster here. Now, Strange just stand there. And now Deku just chuck this bit of the arena directly at Strange. Strange bringing his hands up and using magic. Him stopping it and destroying it. Now, Deku does watch that. Him beginning to inform Strange. He came here to face a monster. Yet he turned into one, didn't he? He feels that power, doesn't he? Deku stepping forwards. The rage. Deku's body glowing. And right now, Doctor Strange just see it. Right now, Deku, he's large. He's, well, pouring gamma. He's full throttle right now. Now, Strange does go to Deku rush forwards. And right after the two do clash fist, the reaction is where the entire city starts to shake. And right now, Strange, he's alarmed. Now, Deku, his hand broke with that punch. And right now, he actually does go to turn and smash into Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, alarmed over Deku, he does meet the next punch and his hand breaks. Now, Strange, he does go to scream out. Right now, going at this intensity, it's going to wear his body down. Now, Deku, he does fight Doctor Strange, and the entire city is there to witness it. Doctor Strange is trying to take on the Hulk, and the two, they seem to be having even playing fields. But I mean, Strange, his mind, it's deteriorating, and right now, Doctor Strange, he does fall forwards. Him panting and trying to keep his breath steady. And right now Deku does watch. As whenever the fire leaves Strange, he does sit there. And right now Deku does look down at an old man. an old man in a cape. And right now Deku, he does see the old man. Him bending down and telling Strange. He felt the rage, didn't he? Hmm? What? What was that? That was every day. Now, Strange stares directly at Deku, telling him they are innocent. They didn't hurt Sakaar. You say that, but what would I believe? You, the heroes, anyone from here? Izuku, please, look into my mind. Now, Deku, he does do so. And right now, Strange, he poses many questions to Deku. Time moves slow. These are Strange's dying moments. And if he does need to, he will stretch them into eternity. He will make sure he gets everything across to Deku. And Deku, he does hear Strange inform him. Right now, things aren't what Deku does believe. He has checked. He's looked before. He talked to Xavier before he murdered him. He spoke to Tony. Tony was adamant about facing his death on his feet. And then there was Black Bolt. Black Bolt's the only one who's been hard to get access to, talk to. Everybody involved in what happened to Deku, they all talked about it. They regretted it. Deku, what he's doing here, it can be undone. But he just has to stop fighting. And Deku just tells Strange, he can't. Right now, the world, they need to know. They need to know everything. And Strange, he does continue to at least tell Deku. This takes what could be best described as days, if not weeks. And Deku does go back and forth with Strange. And Strange, yeah. He knows that Deku is persistent. He will not give up on this. And Strange just tried to at least tell Deku, as the two do go back to the real world, that the heroes aren't his enemies. They have been his allies. They've been his friends. Deku standing back up and walking over to the Red She-Hulk. They have been his family. Now, Deku does bend down and pick her up, and turning and informing Strange, holding the girl in his arms, that he does have a family. And right now, Strange and the Avengers, they took that from him. They'll be leaving this planet whenever everything is done. He should know that. Now, Deku does look down at the She-Hulk. He's never seen her in her human form. She looks... He feels like he's seen her before. But why can't he put his finger on it? Now, Deku, he does stand there. And right now, after taking She-Hulk to the infirmary, there actually is where a few people, they're talking. And right now, heroes, they fight the Hulk. Now, much is happening right now. And the Sentry, he saw Doctor Strange die. And he now knows he can't just sit here anymore. He should have taken action then. But the Hulk, I mean, everything's so people of Earth. You have seen my power. You have seen my strength. Now, witness your monsters. Now, as that word is said, many people all around the world, they take action. Many people who have been demonized for being a mutant. Many people who have been hunted. Many people who have been hurt. Many people who have been harmed. Even the people who have been closest to them have been hurt. They pushed these monsters into corners. These people. And right now, They wanted to see the monsters. So they'll give them their fucking monsters. Now, right now the world does feel the immediate backlash of this. Monsters, they are attacking. That's what people are talking about. Mutants are running rampages. And right now people who don't participate, who are trying to still be human, trying to coexist, they know the only safe place for them right now. And Deku has informed many people. Right now, people who will stay with Charles Xavier's teachings, they can head to the X Mansion in New York. He plans to take Genosha away, rip it from the ground of the earth, and take it to a place he does know. Take it to a world of peace. Right now, Genosha, it will turn into Nation X. That is his proclamation. Right now, he is going to take his species away. Humans want to demonize them. However, anybody who has dormant mutant genes should understand. He will come back here one day. He will look for more of them. He knows what humanity will do. The moment they leave, they will be hunted down. People who hide their powers, they need to understand. They will be looked for. There's no more hiding. They need to know this. He won't lie to them. He won't lie to anybody. He wants peace, and he will do so by any means necessary. They won't take this planet. He will give humans that. He will be peaceful in that regard. Now, many people right now, they do hear this. Some people, they think if they go to Genosha, even if they aren't mutants, they'll be safe. And others right now, they're worried. Now, Robert Reynolds, however, he does listen to that. The Hulk will leave. But what he just did, he's inciting a war. He can't allow that. Now, right now Deku, he does stand there. And currently he does shrink down. As he does, Deku to walk into a room and look at the Red She-Hulk. Her coming to, as Deku, he has Deku pull his hand back. Her looking up and staring to at Deku. Her looking at him, asking him what? It's nice to see you again. So you know who I am. You remember me. I do. Or should I say, Hulk does. It's been a while. It has, hasn't it? So, what are your questions? I know you have them. You visited Hulk in the Savage Lands. You came to him. What did he do to you? How did he harm you? How did I harm you? How did you hurt me? That's what you want to know? Yes. You don't even remember. I don't. So tell me, who are you? Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.